Alrighty guys, I suppose you're wondering why I brought you here today. Does anyone have a guess? Can anyone tell by all of Kelsey?
You're running a meeting.
I am running a meeting, yes. I am running a meeting, that's very good. I am running a meeting on Verizon's home internet. Now here at Canfield, we're having this meeting especially because we see more banners than anyone else in the entire market by quite a long shot. We're about 30% more banners than the next store. So far, we closed about 10% of our banners, which was good a couple months ago. Verizon wants us to step it up, and there's a good reason to step it up, and that's what I want to talk about first. How home internet benefits us, and how it benefits our clients. So anyone in the audience, can we name a reason the home internet benefits our clients? Go ahead, Cameron.
Cheaper than about any other internet.
That price, how much is it, Cameron?
Well, 60 base,
Don't worry about base, what is it like most of the time?
25 monthly.
$25 for internet. Who else offers internet for 25 bucks?
Nobody.
That's an open question, I have no idea. Does anyone offer internet for 25
Spectrum
bucks?
does, but that's if you're on low income and not
Spectrum, if you're on low income, we're in Canfield, so we're good on that one. All right, what's another reason that home internet is good for the clients besides the price? Reliable. Home internet service can reach customers in incredibly remote areas. Before Verizon's home internet, they have to use things like HughesNet or satellite internet. And we all know that satellite internet is certainly not $25 a month, it's capped. And it also is kind of slow. So it's reliable in areas that they may not have any other internet offerings. Anyone think of another reason that it's good for the clients? Installation, okay. Yes. You guys know how many wires are required for the home internet?
One.
How many one? Just power. Plug it in, turn it on, wait for it to stop flashing, you're good to go. As soon as your area actually works with 5G home internet. Any other reasons it's good for the?
Not a lot of places you have heard of when you walk into a store.
In-store customer service.
That is a huge one.
Has anyone ever had Comcast?
Yes.
Can you go to the Comcast? I mean, they have a Comcast building, but can you go there?
No.
No, it's for vans and service people. It's not a place you can go to get help. If our customers come here, we can assist them with their internet. Any other reasons it's good for clients?
One,
Cameron?
it's a bundled package, so you don't have more bills than one.
One bill. One bill. Keeping everything together so it's easier to manage, especially with auto pay. You know, you'll have your cell phone and your internet taken care of without even really thinking of it, and for a pretty good price. Now, okay, yes, Mandy?
Is the installation?
Yes.
Wow, I'm sorry.
We got
I
it.
can't see there's a monitor.
It is super easy to install.
I'm sorry. I can't see.
All right, what are some, now let's talk about the other side of the coin here. Let's talk about us, number one.
Money.
Money, how much? Now, we don't have to be super specific, but between the 4G and the 5G home internet plans, does anyone know about how much we get paid?
11.1
It can range anywhere from like 90 to 110, 90 at base for the LTE, and it's like 110 at level 3 for the 5G home plus. But we'll just say $100 a Benjamin per unit. Why else is it good for us besides just the money?
New activation.
New activation. So Kelsey is getting on the C-score. So it's a new line. What else does it benefit in your C-score?
That's per phone.
VAPs per phone. other people besides Kelsey to answer.
That's
For phone, yes. Per hour, alright, give me 1 second to catch up, my handwriting's starting to get sloppy. Baps per hour, baps per phone, new lines, anything else? Okay, that's actually good. Yes, your overall level. So over here again, it makes you about $100 every time you do it. And it helps your new lines, your VATs per phone, and your VATs per hour. Over here on the client side of the things, it's $25 unlimited home internet that is more reliable than satellite, easy to install with one cord. They get customer service from us, probably the only people in retail that still have good customer service, and they can consolidate their wireless bill. So there's a lot of reasons why we're excited about home internet, and at this store we have a huge opportunity because of the amount of banners that we get. So now we're gonna kind of learn how to capitalize on the opportunity that we have before us. So I'm going to kind of get a gauge on how experienced we are with home internet. So I'm gonna ask who among us, with a raise of a hand, considers themselves a home internet expert, top dog, you know, best of the best
With what?
with home internet.
With like pricing or like that?
No, like just in general, how comfortable are with you?
Absolutely.
No? That's exactly why we're having this meeting. That's honestly good news. Okay, so who here is like decently comfortable with it? You know, you could survive. Okay, all right, we got some hands. Keep those hands up. Okay, that's like most of the store. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then who here is extremely uncomfortable with home internet? I think, yeah, Savannah hasn't raised her hand yet. Jake, also extremely uncomfortable. Well, so I was originally gonna divide you guys amongst groups based on experience, but it seems like we have a lot of people in the middle. So, if you raise your hand for the middle one, come up here. You guys are Spider-Man.
I raised my hand for
Spider-Man is gonna get, you guys are all,
Should I just go with I know it, because I think I know it.
You're already a Spider-Man.
now, these were originally for the Supermen, but we don't have any.
I raised my hand for that.
Oh, you did?
I was the first one.
No,
I
you
said-
didn't.
No, you did not.
I saw him raise his
Roll
hand.
it
but-
back.
No, he did, but then he also raised his hand for the other one
It was like a
too.
questionable two fingers.
We'll make him the one Superman.
Okay,
Wait,
wait.
You're not done yet. You're not done yet. Are you middle as well? Alright, and then who's, were you middle or? Middle. Okay, alright. So, and you're gonna be Robin. Alright, that's your middle. Alright. So we're gonna divide it. Now you guys can eat those, but please keep the wrapper so that you can remember your experience level, you know, Spider-Man or Robin or Superman in this case. Now I'm gonna split you guys amongst groups a different way because we've all got a,
Wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean, remember the rapper?
yeah, just keep that, that's your team.
I'm on the same team as Todd.
Well, no, I just ran out of candy bars. So, alright, 1, 2, 3, remember your number, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna go with the ones. Alright, so ones come over here, twos come over here, threes over here. Or I'm sorry, the Robins over here. Or, yeah, no, threes over there, yeah, threes over there.
Just me.
One's over here,
Oh,
two's over here, three's over here. Okay, very good. All right, Spider-Man, Robins, and once more. And we're gonna learn about the prices. Now, I've kind of taught you guys, some of you guys, a little cheat. This is basically gonna be that with a bit of a variation. So let me rip off some paper here. Put the number here. Okay. That's all paper to everybody. Let me grab some pens for you guys. Oh, Grab a pen and pass it down. Grab a pen and pass it down. If you guys have any extras, bring them over there.
Hop off the pit.
Everybody got a pen? Y'all good?
Yes.
I think mine's broke.
No, it's just
Okay. What's Marvel's the Avengers, right? And then what's DC? They're what is the DC? Justice League, that's right. What do you guys want to be, Avengers or Justice League? Avengers, are you sure?
I like to be the villain.
Okay, cool. We'll be the Avengers then. Alright, Avengers. So on your paper, I'm Nick Fury now. I'm gonna need you to draw a line down the middle of that paper, okay? On the left, you're gonna write LTE. On the right, you're gonna write 5G. Home Plus. On the left side here, LTE and regular 5G are the same plan. The only one that's different price-wise is 5G Home Plus. Now this method, I originally called it the 80-70 method. We're calling it the 25-35 method now because we should always be leading with that $25 price. So on that piece of paper, on the left side, you're gonna write 25. On the right side, you're gonna write 35. Above 25, I want you to double that. Go to 50. Above 35, double that. Go to 70. On the left side, add 10. Above that, on the right side, add 10. And then we just fill in our pricings here. Middle row, you can write auto pay. Bottom row, you write auto pay plus premium. So this is the pricing matrix for 5G home internet on the left, and on the right it's 5G Home Plus. Now the reason we call it a 25-35 method again is because we should always be leading with that $25 price point. That is how most of the reps land home internet, based on the price alone. It's incredibly cheap. And also, with 90% of accounts you deal with, you're gonna be able to make it $25 and it's gonna be cheaper to do it that way. Because you can either give them start and make their internet $50, we'll say, with auto pay, or you can just make them pay an extra $10 and their internet drops down 25. So the math is gonna work out to where it's silly not to do the $25 offer. It's always gonna be the cheapest. But now that you guys have seen me do it, let's have you guys in groups. You're gonna take turns and you're gonna fill out the poster the same way I did in front of everybody. Any group wanna go first? Oh, group one. Alright. It's not as fun because I can't like give you guys, you know, a code name. All in the middle experience. Alright, now you gotta talk us through it the same way I did. One of you guys.
Am I saying write it line down?
No, you don't have to tell us what to write. Just tell us the math of it. Oh, okay. You got a line down the middle.
Alright, so on this side, I'm gonna put LTE /5G because the prices are the same.
Yo.
On this side, I'm gonna put 5G home plus because these are the two different plan prices.
That's right. Nothing else matters.
At the bottom, we're gonna start with the lowest number with auto pay and premium plan for LTE 5G, $25 a month. For 5G Home Plus, it's $35 a month with auto pay and premium plan. Now I'm gonna double each number, because this is the price with auto pay but not a premium plan.
Okay.
to each one if they don't have premium or auto pay.
Highest possible price. Okay. I'd say they did a pretty good job. All right, what group wants to go next? Okay.
Yeah, you really volunteered us to do that.
All right, now you guys can talk it through together. You don't have to have this one person, I guess.
So we can put the 5G LTE over here.
And a line down the center.
And just remember that 5G and LTE are technically separate plans. They have different, like they have the same pricing, but
Different service.
different capability, yeah. Does anybody here know what the actual difference between Home Plus and the other internet is?
Auto pay premium.
What's the difference between Home Plus and 5G/LTE?
Professional installation.
Price, service?
Besides price, like what are the benefits? Why is it one of them?
Just like phones.
Just some calls.
I know. Okay, so double it.
It's just more reliable.
You would think it's actually the same exact service. I'll get to that in a
So
second.
we've been goofed.
I know. I've been wrong for quite a while. I'll get to it after this.
Plus.
Sure, just regular. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That looks good to me. All right, last group.
Yeah. Another difference.
Good job, guys.
That maybe they did is plus all wrapping installation, right?
Terry, I'll get to that too. I'll get to that. That's a good question.
Did you have anything, Pastor?
Who's easier to?
They're not really candy bars. Look.
Steven's writing.
He'll be all right.
French is a little higher.
Oh.
A little louder there, Stephen. I can't hear you.
5G Home Plus. 25 for auto pay and premium. And then we're gonna double it for just auto pay.
Yes.
So then we're gonna add 10 for no auto pay and no premium.
Oh, beautiful. Alrighty, if you guys want to have a seat. So, that's how we break down the pricing. And I think it's fairly simple to remember. Basically, if you can remember one of those numbers on the grid, you'll have all of them. For instance, what's, Steven, what's LT Home with auto pay with no premium?
50.
Perfect. Okay, what's, Will, what's 5G Home Plus with no auto pay, no premium? $80. That's right. That's right. And we'll do one more. What is, Jaden, what's Home Plus with auto pay and premium?
35.
Yeah. Okay, it's just like that. Smooth as butter, guys. Now, if you could turn your attention to the TV, I'm gonna click this Chromecast on. We're gonna talk about something else we definitely need to cover. Once we know the price, we gotta know how to order one of these things. So it's gonna be a little hard to see because our TV is not that big. But the main takeaway from this is they've made a lot of improvements in the ordering process since this rolled out. So I wanna get you guys all on the same page. For the most part, you order the LTE/5G or the Home Plus router the exact same way you would order a phone at this point. There's gonna be a few key differences. Even in this QRG, it says that the router is gonna ship to their house. That is something that WP still does not want to happen. So one of the things that you guys have to do when you're ordering either of these is you have to check the address while you're going through the application. If you guys want, just give me a call when you're ringing it out and I'll show you the part where you can check the address. But you need to make sure that it doesn't ship to their house, because we won't be able to accept it into inventory and then it'll be lost and then you guys won't be able to ring it out. And they're extremely easy to ring out. Does anyone know how much in store a router costs? Absolutely nothing. It's like in Rhode Island how their phones don't have sales tax, so it's like not even buying anything at all.
So could I ask, to go right back about the address? So what's like the worst case scenarios? Are you saying that no matter what, if for some reason their address is there, it will not ship to their house?
No, it will go there,
Oh,
but we
okay.
are trying to stop that.
Because we wouldn't get paid for anything.
You wouldn't be able to ring it out. It would be missing in our inventory. So
Okay.
one of the most important things, one of the biggest differences between ordering a phone and home internet is that you do have to check the address. The other thing that's important is when their banner specifically says 5G something, 5G Home Plus, 5G Home, doesn't matter what it says, but you need to make sure that, hang on one second, is the address change and then, oh yeah. You know when you click add a line and it asks you to specify which device, you got smartphone, connected device. If you're doing 5G, you have to click 5G. If you're doing a 4G router, you can click anything else, because no matter what you click, you're gonna go back through all devices and just scroll till you find it. But if you're ordering a 5G router, you have to click 5G home as the type of device, or it's gonna tell you that they don't qualify and you're not gonna be able to process the order, but usually they do anymore. We haven't really been running into that issue as much. So besides changing the address, when you're building it in RQ, everything's gonna be normal with the LTE router, but with the 5G router, you just have to use the PAW override code when you're building that in RQ. So again, with the 5G router, when you're building it in RQ, just make sure you get a PAW override code, whereas with the LTE/5G home router, you guys do not need to get a PAW override code, and it will pretty much build the exact same way as a phone.
Would we select non-activated, right?
Yeah, if you guys are using a PAW override code, you can always select non-activated. That's just the default one that we use. So if you guys want to get up back into your groups, I have hidden around the store the entire Omni iconic order process for a home internet or any phone for that matter. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to find all the posters and then put them in order up along that wall of the entire process. So you guys can go ahead. None of them are not on the sales floor. Like, you don't have to open any doors to find them. But there's like at least one that's decently hidden. You guys might have seen, but we're gonna line them up here.
What's that one say?
Don't worry, I found it.
Yeah. I think this is first.
We checked it out. I got the old Adam plan.
It'll be shocked, I think.
Yeah.
I had select 5.
That's his last. That's his last.
Talk it through.
Yeah, you're right.
Talk it through. There's probably a little room for debate in this, but
I got add the plan, I'm next.
Will, and then
Well, if you change it from local to fulfillment, you can
that's that.
Yeah, wait, I think fulfillment's.
But you gotta do
Oh,
it
yeah.
after you select the device type.
Oh,
Oh, that's what, yeah.
no, it's shop fulfillment. You can't add a line until you do fulfillment.
because it'll make you restart.
Oh, I didn't know.
Isn't it crazy how the whole process is ingrained in your head? You can like see it without even being there.
As if it was giant post-it notes on old
Is this the last one?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Alright,
Crago
let
has
me-
them hiding in the bathroom.
Let me see if you guys got it all here. See how y'all Spider-Man and Robins did, and I guess one Superman. I can forget.
I never watched the movies.
Okay,
Woo!
that's perfect. You guys want to go back to your seats? All right, you guys did it on your first try. So, at the start of the process here, we have the verify banner. You have to see either LTE or 5G or 5G Home Plus on that banner. If you just see the My Offer that says they can get home internet for $25 a month, that means nothing. They don't necessarily qualify for the internet, so don't pitch it unless you see the banner, because you're just going to frustrate people with something they can't have. So make sure there's a banner there. Again, the My Offer means nothing, and it's not even a special promotion. $25 is the price if they have a premium plan and auto pay. So after you verify the banner, you're going to hit shop. You can also hit the plus icon next to a phone. There's a million different ways, but shop is probably the easiest way to do it. Then you go to fulfillment. This tells Verizon that you're ordering a phone. You're not going to be working with in-store inventory. If you don't do fulfillment first, it's going to void everything that you do anyway. So you want to start with fulfillment. Then you'll scroll up, hit that add a line button. Then it's going to ask you for the device type. For 4G home, it does not matter what device type you click, because you're not going to be able to pick the right category. You're going to have to go to all devices and scroll down until you find that router. But for 5G home, you're only going to click the 5G home device type, and it's only going to show you one SKU, so that's actually easier if you remember to do this step. You're going to pick the plan. You're only going to have two options, Home Plus in some instances, 5G/4G if they don't get Home Plus. If they don't get Home Plus, they're only going to have one plan option. It's automatically going to price down to $25 if they have premium and auto pay. So don't panic if it says like 50 or 60. It just hasn't adjusted yet. So you're just going to select the plan that's available to you guys. And you're going to check that shipping address, because if you don't check the shipping address, you're not going to get paid for the device, and it's going to be your fault that it's missing. And then finally, you create a sales order. And if we're doing a 5G Home Plus, what special do we have to do to make that sales order work? A PAW override code. It's gonna look like it's glitching up, but you just need a PAW override code when you're creating a sales order for 5G Home Plus. Okay. So now we know why we want to sell home internet, because it helps our C-score and makes us money. And we know why the clients would want it, because it's fast, reliable service. Does anyone know how fast home internet is?
Average is 300 megabits.
Which plan is that?
5G
I'm glad she brought that up. Do you guys, let's talk about the differences between the plans for a second. Do you guys know what the difference between 5G Home Plus and let's say 5G Home is? Like, let's say they get 5G, so they can go 5G or 5G Home Plus.
I didn't.
So I will say right off the bat, 5G Home Plus is not faster. I thought this and I made a fool out of myself in front of Matt Conrad. 5G Home Plus is not faster. It is the exact same speed. What they are paying $10 more for is one, unlimited cloud storage with Verizon Cloud, which is a $20 value. Two, they are getting a 3-year price guarantee instead of a 2-year price guarantee with the LTE home. Now, personally, that kind of makes it sound like they're planning on raising the price, but Neely talked to me about it, and it's not that they're going to raise the price, it's that other providers advertise that way, so they're just trying to make other people with existing home internet services more comfortable with ours. But don't get me wrong, they're not gonna like necessarily raise the prices, it's just technically after 2 years they can. So 5G Home Plus is not faster. Does pay you a little bit more, but it's not faster. It just gives you unlimited cloud storage and a 3-year price guarantee. So it's important to remember that, because you would naturally assume that it's faster. And Kelsey was correct, by the way. 5G Home is up to 300 megabytes per second. which is pretty good. I get about 200 megabytes per second with my Spectrum. Does anyone here get anything more than that? What do you got? 450, okay.
For Armstrong.
Well, if you're a professional, Call of Duty gamer, home
That's
internet.
$225.
Home internet might not work out for you, but what could we say to Steven if he's not sure if that speed would work for him?
You have a 180-day return policy, so don't even cancel the service you got. Use our service for any reason you need it. You have that 180-day guarantee.
Only 30 days without.
So, yeah, we'll go over that too. So 30 days is the return policy for a refund. Notice I said a refund. After 3 days, that activation fee, that's a done deal. You're gonna pay that after 3 days. But if you return it within 30, you can get all of your money back besides the activation fee. If you return it within 180, you don't get any money back, but it's not like locked onto your account or anything like that. And if you're past the 180 days, you can actually just disconnect it and send it back to Verizon because you don't owe any money on the device itself. So it doesn't really matter if you're even past 180 days. They can always take it off their account. But we know why it's good for the reps. We know why it's good for the clients. We know the prices. Now I think we have to talk about how to sell it.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
This may be a dumb question, but you know how we start high and go low just to try and get the best offer. Let's say my customer's like, oh, I'm paying $50, I'm trying to get the 5G Home Plus. If I get the banner, it says the 5G Home Plus, is it gonna give me the opportunity to sell them the lowest plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it says Home Plus, you don't have to give them Home Plus. And indeed, Home Plus might not be the best case for 99% of our customers. But there are some people that do use Verizon Cloud, and there are some people that might find value in the 3-year guarantee. So it's important to give them options, but for the most part, the $25 price point is going to be what we're leading with. So if you guys would get back in your groups now, I want you to spend a couple minutes brainstorming your own home internet pitch. And then each group is going to present this pitch. The winner, if we all agree that it's solid enough, that's gonna be our pitch for the store. So you guys can take some time.
Is it a customer rep scenario?
So
or
it's
just a
going to
pitch?
be, you're just going to pretend you have a customer and you're pitching. We're not gonna do the entire role play thing, because that can go different depending on, who the customer is. Some good practices for your pitch to start off. To start off, I would begin with asking a question. You can ask them something like, who do you have for internet? That's what Cass does. Or how much do you have or how much do you pay for internet after that? Or are you happy with your internet service at home? You want to start with a question, because if you just start with a pitch like I have in the past, I haven't, landed too many like that. You want to build the offer around them. So a question would be a good place to start, just as a tip. But I'll let you guys go on that.
So I usually, since I know that Spectrum's are really strong, I'll usually just ask, first, do you have Wi-Fi? Yes, but I try to get to who they have. And then I get to what they're using it for. If they have kids and they're using Spectrum, immediately the 5G is already better. It's already cheaper if it's the 5G. Now if you have Armstrong, if you're paying a tremendous amount for Armstrong, does charge a miraculous amount, then
I always say,
so we have to write it down.
Main Street still accurate? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect, because now the Verizon internet is going to that address, so we can get that for you, it's $25 a month, because just like,
Y'all be the one to read it?
the biggest thing.
You'll be the customer or what?
Which normally with everything else that we sell, we don't.
Hey,
We're
can
not
it
talking
be
about
like,
price,
you know,
we're
he's the
talking about
customer and then I'm the.
So.
Yeah, that's fine. If you guys want to do it.
Specifically,
If you guys want to have someone pretend to be the customer, that's cool. What were you gonna say?
I feel like.
Oh, wow.
Forward.
Can we just explain like how the pitch
Gets
that's
their
it?
attention.
Yeah, you can.
Everything else. If you
The whole
give
role
them
play
a
thing,
lot
like
of
if the
information,
person is playing, the customer
the price
decides.
part, it's just one ear out. In my. Mhm.
How do you guys?
Because something you'll notice around here, you know, a lot of people sit in these chairs, let their stuff transfer because they don't have Wi-Fi. So if you ask that question, they're like, oh, I don't have internet, you're gonna, at that very moment. But if you start talking price and it's a person that doesn't have internet, you'd be like, wow, internet kind of sounds more worth it than it used to.
Now that you hear that, a lot of houses around here, especially where I live, you don't really get Verizon service. That will be that tied into the home internet, that will be on their phone router, which
Yeah, that's a way that it works. However, well, of course, it's not gonna show available if it's not gonna provide you the ultimate service. So if it shows that it's available, everyone has the same service available if it shows that prepaid. Your address most likely won't show that if you're not having service.
So do they have towers or no?
I don't think so. They just Verizon towers. If there's extra things that are on the existing towers, I think it would be
Well, when husband doesn't want to, so you gotta go. I'm sorry, I
Everyone
wouldn't.
has
I can't do it.
about it. I kinda-
You're going hard.
You know what? I'm done.
That's the thing, they say yes. Well.
I'll be like. Okay, that's not what I do. No, I feel like that. Oh, no, that's not even what I did. Oh wait, that is. Okay, we got it.
How would you guys feel
Starting my scenario just from on the wind, can I just
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, you don't have to do the whole script where it's like, what's your number, what's your pin?
We've done that before,
And then they ask if there's installed, it's user friendly and pops right up.
I mean, honestly, though, it's not.
I love
that it's running, most customers are.
They're fire though. 20 grams of
They
protein.
understand, or.
I like it.
Well, I know them, oh yeah, it's sloppy with that.
And I put in my freezer, I should have wings, that just made me sad last night.
I would have one of you write it down.
It always could,
I made it
it's
from
a
scratch.
possibility with any service, but we've never had problems with it.
One of your things, write it down. Oh, you got it.
No.
Yeah, but it's not the same. No, the risk is what makes it the same. I'm getting some now.
Since I go to your account, I see that your address is all changed.
There's a lot of opportunity in it.
By the way, our broker one pointed out that it was more fire and
I think that's right. When you talk about it, like, it's.
How come you feel like it?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's like most people don't get the point, like, people don't have access, so if you explain that to them, like, yeah, well, there's only a certain amount of dollars.
So we already discussed this, I'm not just like
Yeah.
taking the withdrawal, I'm just now writing it. I'm like, roll it back.
I'm not lazy. It's not track.
I didn't say that.
Are you gonna be our customers, Tyler?
No.
Oh, come on.
I have a test today.
I guess I can be if you really want. I can be your customer.
I hope so.
Yeah.
2.
Crago,
You can sit here.
Paper?
Yes.
We're only an hour for questions, and we literally just reached out before yesterday, so.
Oh, my bad.
I didn't even heard it, it just went.
Do you want to be my customer?
Give you guys about 5 more minutes, probably.
I think about now, yeah, that's a good question, because they're gonna return it 100% if their kids are going to be able to. It's a child phones are. Right. Usually if you're working from home, you know, just like video calls and stuff, that's all.
Things.
Like video gaming, it has to be like on the day after service, so you have to be given the same service there.
Probably you guys always just like.
It's like if I'm already gonna do it, if I'm
Pay for it. Kidding. Zero cost.
Is it Hulu plus like?
I thought it said we have to be missing less than. You say shame.
What's up? What?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Does that sound good though?
You guys are distracted.
Yeah, that sounds
No,
good.
no, no. Sorry, we're, getting ready.
All right.
That's just kind of a wrap. How much you got? Your option? Oh, really? That's how much you get? For sure. I know, Bill's making 65. Is that your part? Are we going to? That's what?
No, we don't use Tyler as a customer. Are we
I think I'm
customer,
super
or be the customer, or no?
Only if you.
Okay,
guys
so then
tell us
Like
what
it
you want.
allows,
It makes it
I
sound
won't
better.
up like me, my brother's calls all the time, I want to do that. Alright. Got it? Put me in store.
About 3 more minutes.
So Stephen Canada on his day off just to sell a $30 or $29 iPhone. She didn't want anything.
Actually, we all look ready now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ready?
I just don't wanna go first.
Okay, no, you're good. Take as much time as you
Well, I just read biggest.
I told her you'll be lucky to get photos and thumbnails.
That's how I'm making all my notes down.
finished up, like another minute or so.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you just do the accessories and devices scan there. Or the kind of. I'm not sure I
Not
stopped.
yet.
I can't read this.
Take your phone, scroll through that.
Where was this? I have it.
That's actually really great.
Alright, is everybody ready to give us their money pitches?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, this group volunteered to go first. You guys want to stand up towards the front, right?
You want me to look at you or stand up there?
No, stand up there with me.
Oh, you're the customer?
No, I'm not the customer.
I'm like, I did this all wrong then.
Just sit like
Yeah,
I'm right,
all
like
three of
right
us.
here.
Come on,
You
we're
guys move over here.
Yeah, we're a team, John. No, let's get up there.
Yeah. You guys gotta at least stand with them.
No.
All right. Deliver us, Todd. Let's hear
Well,
it.
first, we agreed that when we open the account, you know, we build that relationship first with the phones. Going through that, I've never really pitched a 5G right when I open the account, see the banner. Start with, do you have internet or Wi-Fi? Because you know, some people don't have Wi-Fi or don't even care for it. I go with, who's your provider? And if you don't mind me asking, how much are you paying monthly? Because you know, some people don't like discussing their bills monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So always put that in there. And if they say no, I always go, are you happy with the price then? If they're not, then you can keep on going with the pitch. If they don't want anything to do with it, you can stop. And if they say yes, that they do, or that they're not happy with the bill and they want to, you know, look at a different option, go to the, how would you feel if I told you you're pre-qualified for Verizon's new 5G home internet with its payments as low as $25 a month? And then we put in parentheses, build up the honor of the internet first before going in depth about the auto pay and premium, because once they know like the benefits of the Wi-Fi, then you can, you know, they're gonna say yes and they're gonna be okay with the auto pay and the premium after that. And then you can explain, you know, the internet speed is pushing around 300 megabytes a second, and it's user friendly and easy to install with that one plug mechanism. And then this will also eliminate multiple bills and secondary payments at more than one place, and you won't get your bills mixed up.
All right. Can you like just from the top one more time the pitch portion of that where you like started with the?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like just deliver it straight. Like I'm sitting there at your desk.
Gotcha. So how would you feel if I told you that you're pre-qualified for Verizon's new 5G home internet with its payments as low as $25 a month? The internet speed is pushing around 300 megabytes a second, user-friendly and easy to install, and this would eliminate multiple bills, you know, at your household, and then I would just keep building the honor of the internet.
Okay.
I mean, I can't really write the whole pitch down.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, a lot of it's going to be customer specific, so we can only talk about generalities, but that's okay because we're trying to come up with a pitch that can pretty much work 100% of the time, like most of our canned pitches are. So, all right, you guys, go ahead and have a seat. That's compelling.
I couldn't even read my hand. I couldn't even read my hand. Look at it.
Which group? Okay.
Save the best for last.
It was scribbled.
All right. So you guys can give us a preamble if there's any build up or anything like that.
So this scenario starts, I've just opened the landing page. The landing page is you've just opened their account. Is 123 Main Street still accurate?
Yes.
Perfect, your address qualifies for the Verizon Internet service for $25 a month. We can go ahead and get that device ordered for you and have it here for you within a few days.
The only money I have right now is for my bill.
I completely understand that. This will be so easy. Stop in to pick up your device and you'll pay nothing in store.
What if I don't like it?
Verizon is so confident in our product that you're offered 180 days to return without penalty. Don't even worry about canceling your current service yet. We'll give you the time to compare so you can decide that you love the Verizon service.
Sounds like a no-brainer.
All right, that's good. So we're using the return policy as part of our pitch here. That's a very good thing because, again, they can try this with basically no penalty for at least 30 days, which is something with most internet providers you cannot do. And they also talked about the price, just like the first group, because the price is gonna be the biggest thing. Again, it's $25 a month, so that's good, guys. All right, let's have our last group go up and deliver. Cameron says the best pitch.
I'm down.
I don't know, Jake. Group 1 and Group 2 are both pretty close in my eyes. Let's see what Group 3 does here.
Wow, Mr. Customer, your address is eligible for our new home internet. Who do you currently use for your internet? And if you don't mind me asking, how much do you pay for that? How do you use your internet at home? Nobody's answering me, but I'm just gonna go on.
Right, yeah, that's fine.
I see, yes, we have internet just as fast as that, and it's much easier to install and use, and you also have a 180-day return policy. And you know, I know you're telling me that you have cable and home phone, but Verizon can also provide a bundle for you as well. We have home phone, and we have our streaming channels we offer with our plans, as well as our internet. And it would be much less than what you're paying your carrier now. Can I order that for you today?
That's also, okay, yeah, no, that's not bad as well. All right, it's very difficult for me to pick a winner. I originally was going to, but those are all very close. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work together. We're gonna kind of Frankenstein all those pitches together because they all had about the same parts. But we need to come up with something that you guys, when you see a banner, you can lean on this. You can just think back to the script, go on autopilot mode if you have to, and pitch. So we're gonna come up with something that's kind of the best of all three.
Can I, announce discovery we made?
Yeah, sure.
So when we were discussing what we wanted to say, something that Will had mentioned was the question of who you currently use for your internet. Something we noticed at this store, because there's a lot of people who live in like the rural parts of Canfield, and some come from Columbiana. A lot of these people just don't have internet at all. So I would honestly avoid that question, because if you ask them that and they say they don't have it, it's kind of like, it's gonna stop you in your tracks a little bit. So if you kind of pitch it, it's gonna make them think the idea that, you know, internet is now worth the price when they didn't think so before. So I would just say, like, avoid that question first off.
How did you start yours out?
I started with, is 123 Street still accurate? Because the banner, it also shows the home address.
That's smart. That's smart. Okay. So we pull up the account. We see that they qualify. We're not pitching it right away. We're gonna deal with whatever concern they have first, because you gotta earn that right. If they don't see you as a person that's gonna solve their problems, they're not gonna want your recommendations for any product. That's just how sales works. So you're gonna try and fix whatever issue they came for, but the first part of your 5G home internet pitch, that's a great idea. Is, what was the question again, Kelsey?
Is 123 Main Street still accurate?
Okay, we'll lead it with is X being their address. Is X still accurate? For your address. Okay, so after we find out that yes, they in fact still live there, because most of our clients don't really move from the area actually. How did these two groups, what did you guys start your pitch with after you asked them, like, who do you use and how much do you pay for it? How did you start the actual unveiling of your pitch?
So we would pre-qualify for Verizon 5G.
Pre-qualified, what did you guys, how did your pitch start?
We just said, your address is eligible for Verizon's new home internet.
Eligible. Let's go. Do you guys like how pre-qualified sounds or eligible? I feel like
I feel like pre-qualified is thrown around with a lot of companies.
It
I feel
is,
like
that's the thing.
Just taking the pre off makes it sound less salesy. in
That's a
my
good
opinion.
shout. That's a good shout.
Just like it
Okay.
qualifies for
Yeah.
this.
Saying
Yeah.
pre-qualified, it's like, yeah.
Eligible
everybody.
just sounds too formal, I think. I mean, I could be wrong, you know, we're just making this up right now, but I think qualified sounds pretty good. And we are coming up with this together, cause we have to use whatever pitch we come up with, so that'd be a good one. Okay, so what was it again?
Qualified.
You are, what, yeah, the whole thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Your
There's
account
others.
qualifies for our new home internet.
Your address.
Let's,
Your address.
with some energy, Cameron, pitch it like you mean
Your
it.
address qualifies.
It looks like your
I-
address
on my
actually
paper, I
qualified
have
for our new
address
home internet.
qualifies for the Verizon internet service for $25.
Now notice how some of you guys said as low as 25, Kelsey just said 25. Believe it or not, me and Savannah both actually like just 25. Why? Because 90% of the time, you're going to be able to get them that price for $25 a month, because at this point, Verizon does not offer new customers anything but unlimited plans. If they have a gigabyte plan, next month they're gonna be more expensive, so they're gonna switch to unlimited if they haven't already. So basically, all of our customers are gonna have unlimited, and if they have unlimited, you can get them to the $25 price. So you can pretty much always pitch it at $25 a month. So your address qualifies for our new $5G home internet service. Now, if they don't actually qualify for the 5G, don't say 5G, you know, don't technically be a liar. Say you qualify for our home internet or something like that. Okay, so after they qualify, your address qualifies for our new 5G home internet service at $25 a month. I want to emphasize that, because again, that's unbeatable. That's really why Verizon entered this space, because cellular internet is infinitely cheaper than cable. It's just how logistics works. Did you have a question?
Yeah, so I understand where you're coming from with saying just $25, but what if they're getting the 5G Home Plus? With saying as low as $25, you're
You
not
would just replace
keeping
that
it at
number with
$25.
what you're
But to
pitching.
me, if you tell me $25, I'm not paying more than $25.
That's fair, but then again, I mean, when I pitch an iPhone 13, I always pitch with the base model price. You have to sometimes just pick one, and then when they go, like, well, first of all, the clients probably aren't even gonna know the existence of the two plans, so it might only be an issue if you bring it up. And like I said, unless your client is gonna benefit from unlimited Verizon cloud storage and a 3-year price guarantee, which is some people, but not many. If they're not gonna benefit from it, you don't really wanna get in the reeds and offer like both plans if there's really, it's like offering Playmore to somebody who watches cable, you know? You just don't wanna,
And
you don't wanna go
would you
there.
say that there could be wiggle room if he so chose to pitch that higher plan? He would just say the same pitch, replace the price? And if
Yes.
and if he's not getting the sale at that price, look at the time that the account's been open and say, because you've been a loyal customer for XYZ time, your account's been in good standing, I see a discount, I can give it to you for $25 a month.
Yeah, I mean, that's
He can
another
work
good
his way
point.
down another way.
We can tailor this pitch. If you're gonna lead with the 5G Home Plus, yeah, you can change it, but this pitch is gonna be like, you can pretty much use it all the time, and 90% of the time, they're not gonna need the 5G Home Plus internet. So I think it's perfectly okay for simplification purposes, because remember, this is something you're just gonna have to regurgitate. It's like when you see a phone that was $199 and they got a Motorola. You're gonna do your buyout pitch. Well, this is your home internet pitch now. But what's that, Cameron?
I think a problem though is like, most accounts I open anymore are just stacked with Start.
Right.
So if they're money conscious about their bill, they're gonna think that the home internet was $35 and get mad as well.
That
So-
might even get you an upgrade.
Once you pitch the home internet for $25 a month, you can eventually get to, during your order process, the fact that they have to change one of their plans to premium. And you can also say that if we don't do it this way, the home internet's going to be $50, so it's actually much, cheaper that I finagle it this way. The customer is gonna like that you're playing the system in their favor. But it's kind of like how you pitch a phone. You don't immediately go, this phone is gonna be $22.50 a month. Does that sound good? And immediately, as soon as they say yes, you don't always go, okay, well also you gotta pay a $35 fee in store plus sales tax plus any accessories. Then on your next bill, you're gonna pay another $35 fee. You still sure you wanna do that? That's not, like, you get to the terms and conditions later. You don't have to lead with that, because the price of the internet line is technically $25 a month. It's like if you pitch a tablet and you just talk about the DPP, the iPad itself is gonna be $13 a month. Later on, you can get to the fact that it's connected to the account. As long as you eventually disclose everything, it's okay, and we're salesmen. You're not a robot listing terms and conditions, down the line. You have to sell it a little bit. So it's okay, I would say, to lead with the $25, because again, this is something that me and Savannah have been working on for a while, and if she thinks it's okay, then it's probably okay. So, your address qualifies for our new 5G home internet service at $25 a month. And then what was the big thing pretty much all of you guys touched on after the price? What was the other big selling point? The return policy, that's right. Verizon's return policy for this is the loosest ever. What's another thing about the return policy for home internet that's special, different from any other device that people get from us?
They do it all themselves.
Actually, that's true, but
They don't
what's
take
up?
it to the store.
Shipping it themselves?
Yes, we cannot return a home internet router. If you try to do it in our queue, it will physically let you, but you're gonna get in trouble from back of house. So if the customer comes in to return their router, just kindly point them to the receipt where it says, call this number for return/disconnects, and they'll take it off their account without you having to do anything. What's up, Cameron?
Is the policy on refunds, you get the full percentage after 6 months? Like, so not full percentage, but like, is there like a certain amount of time if they get rid of the service that you
Within
will
30
ask for it?
days, they'll get money back for that month. After 3 days, they do not get refunded.
No,
He means us,
us.
he means us.
Our
Oh,
commissions.
probably 6 months, right?
It's 6 months,
6 months.
like everything else. Yeah, they're not gonna change
Sorry.
that.
You're good.
All right, so after we pitch the $25 a month, we can go on to the return policy. Your address qualifies for a new 5G home internet service at $25 a month. Try it out for, shall we pitch the 180 or the 30? What do you guys think? Try it out for 180?
Sure.
Yeah, 180,
Okay.
100%.
Try it out for as long as 180 days. If not, you can return. Or actually, we probably don't need that last line, that's a little,
Yeah.
probably don't wanna say return in the pitch,
What
Sorry,
if we
Nick.
were to blend something between 2 and 3 that's assumptive?
Okay,
Kind of like, number 2 is really your first pitch,
yeah.
and then you wanna close that pitch. Maybe we can go ahead and order that for you. And then I feel like 3 would be like a rebuttal.
Okay, so we can do like a 2.5. 2.5,
Oh, we can go ahead and get that device ordered for you and have it here for you within a few days. However you order something.
we can go ahead and get that device ordered for you. Now, I like the idea of incorporating a rebuttal, but for the purposes of a canned pitch, that is supposed to be applicable 100% of the time. We can't like really build the rebuttals into the pitch, but it is good to have some of those rebuttals in your head. Some of the ones we've mentioned, like, you know, if they're worried about trying a new internet service, the return policy is a good rebuttal. The price is a good rebuttal if they're on the fence. Oh shoot, we're not open yet, is it?
It's that
Well,
guy.
actually, yeah, Cameron, if you wanna take that over there, thank you.
Yep.
Okay,
Well-
so far, we have for our super pitch here, we start with, is X still accurate for your address? And then we go into the pitch. Your address qualifies for our new 5G home internet service at $25 a month. We can go, well, actually, it feels kind of weird just jumping right ahead to the, we can go ahead and get that device ordered for you.
I just view it as an assumptive pitch, but.
I mean, I feel like that would be the closing statement. I feel like I feel like if I actually did it in this order, it would sound,
Well, yeah.
let me try it. Your address qualifies for our new 5G home internet service at $25 a month. Try it out for as long as 180 days. Take it off your account if it doesn't work out for you. We can go ahead and get that device ordered for you at no cost to you today.
Yeah.
No commitment if you change your mind, like we do with the iPhone pre-order pitch.
I think it sounds good, but
What supposed to do?
not to get rebuttals. The first thing they say to me is, oh, I have that with my cable. I think it's important somehow to incorporate
Yeah, you can just grab
Verizon's
that
little
off, fix it.
bundle. I think that that's gonna help sell more of them because that's what people have here.
Okay, bye-bye.
They have bundles with their cable. They have, you know, so if.
That would be a
if we're
good
gonna-
rebuttal. If they do mention a cable bundle, you have to remember that we're gonna be giving them a premium plan. So why not give them Play More? So I agree if somebody says, well, I already have that with my current cable provider. We can go into the fact that our internet is still $25 a month, and then built into their cell phone plan, they get all of Disney, Hulu, and ESPN, and I mean, how can you beat that? Hulu's got your, you know, your comedy shows. What's on Hulu? I don't even know what's on Hulu. And then Disney Plus, you got Marvel, Star Wars, everything on Earth that's entertainment, and then ESPN is sports. So I think that is again a good rebuttal, but for a canned pitch, again, that we use like every time, we can't have the rebuttal, you know, built in. But again, that's all ammo you want to keep in your pocket. So again, our pitch that we've got so far is, you know, just a check to make sure that we're not wasting our time with the pitch. Is your address still accurate on your account? And we gotta add some surprise, some awe, some excitement into our voice. You know, you personally probably don't even qualify for it, so act a little jealous. Your address qualifies for our new 5G home internet service. You can try it out for as long as 180 days, worry-free guarantee. And we can go ahead and get that device ordered for you at no commitment today, and when you come to pick it up, it is no cost to you. Something like that sounds pretty strong. Does that sound like
I
something
love
you guys
that.
could lean on?
Yeah.
Now again, you can tailor a different pitch for your different customers, but if you see a banner, you have this pitch now, which I'm gonna leave up here for now for you guys to like write down towards the end. But if you see a banner and you don't have any pitch at all, you no longer have an excuse, because we came up with this together, guys. So we're all in this together.
Build some suspense, you know? You see that banner, just be like, oh wow. And then just like keep going on your computer, they'll be like, what? And you'll be like, I'm just looking here. It looks like you qualify for the 5G internet actually. That's crazy.
Oh, that's absolutely right. You know what? We forgot a power word, guys. That's a good suggestion. We'll use perfect, but you guys can use any power word you want. Perfect. So, is 123 Maple Street still your current address? Why, yes it is, honey. Perfect. Your address qualifies for the new 5G home internet service. You can try it out for up to 6 months with no risk to you. And I can go ahead and get that ordered for you today. There's no cost to it. If you change your mind, nothing happens. When you come to pick it up, you don't pay a dime for it. Why don't you just give it a try? It's $25 a month. That sounds pretty strong with the perfect right there. That was an excellent addition. Whoa. We'll call that 1.5. Alright, so we'll come back to this pitch in a little bit, but I wanna hand out more sheets of paper, get out your pens again. Cause now I'm gonna give you the hardest home internet quiz anyone in this market has ever had.
Great.
What's up?
Clock.
Yeah.
No, you'll all be excused for this. We're not even, yeah, no, you're fine. If you guys are at a meeting, your absence is excused, so don't worry about that at all. I'll tell Chris.
I told her we were having, she just called me about trading.
Okay, yeah. No, this is a big one. It's okay.
Dude, you'll be alright.
Let's get it.
Alright, guys. Now, this is not collaborative. You guys are alone.
Yeah.
You get below 60%.
And I will say, before we begin this quiz, one more thing. What I said in the meeting is the truth. That's accurate. So if you know something that you looked up online or on a review, that doesn't count. If it didn't come out of my mouth today, it's not true about home internet.
Perfect.
You didn't leave with that, so we have no idea what you're talking about.
That's fine. All right, number one, you just have to write the answer. How fast is 5G home internet potentially? What's its speed for download? Just waiting for everybody's done, right? Okay. Number two, true or false? So you guys have to rate those. For LTE home, when you're ordering it in Omni, you don't have to ever change the address. True or false? For LTE home internet, you don't have to change the address. Ever. Number three, true or false? A customer that has home internet at their address, like let's say they're using it and enjoying it, goes on a road trip to their ski lodge in New York, they can take that home internet anywhere with them. True or false? A customer can take their home internet that they're using anywhere with them. I didn't actually go over that in the meeting, so that one you'd have to know.
They're like Armstrong home internet?
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, our home internet?
Our home internet, you can take it anywhere.
Oh.
True or false? Not Armstrong, this is just a quiz on Verizon home internet. So again, for three, true or false, a customer can take their router anywhere with them. Their Verizon router. Okay, number four. How much is LTE home without auto pay or premium? From the price grid. Feel free to make the whole thing if you have to.
Which one? Just the LTE? Just the LTE?
The whole grid.
I can't answer that question, that would be unfair for the rest of you guys.
Wait, Navi, can you just repeat it?
Yeah. How much is LTE home without auto pay or premium?
Can't answer that
You're
question.
tripping me up, Cam. I'm like, wait a minute.
I asked him if he was talking about 4G or the Home Plus, and then he said I can't answer
4G.
that.
Because
4G home
LTE,
internet.
okay, I will answer. LTE means 4G.
Oh. I also just said it wrong.
Alright.
Rookie.
What is different about 5G Home Plus versus 5G Home? There's two answers for full credit. Give me one for half. What is different about 5G Home Plus versus 5G Home? What is different about 5G Home versus 5G Home Plus? Okay, number 6. Are you all on number 6? Am I counting correctly? Okay. How many days can a customer have home internet and return it with a refund of some kind? How many days can a customer have home internet and return it with a refund? Number 7, how much is a home internet router taking into account Canfield's 7.5% sales tax rate? How much is a home internet router in store with Canfield's 7.5% sales tax rate? Number 8, what do you need to use when making a Home Plus sales order that you don't need to do for a 5G/LTE sales order? Number 8, what do you need to do that's special about a Home Plus sales order in our queue that is different from the 5G/LTE home router when making a sales order? One last time, what do you need to use when making a Home Plus sales order in our queue that the LTE router does not need? Alrighty, and lastly, what should you always check before you ship a home internet router? In Omni, what should you check when you're ordering a home internet router right at the very end? There's technically multiple. You could kind of debate this one, but there is one thing I'm mainly looking for.
You're like, there's only one thing I care about.
Yeah. No, again, last question. What should you always check before you ship your home internet router? And then once you guys are done with that, if you could bring up your tests up here.
Yes. What is your names?
I mean, to be honest,
First and last.
I'm probably just gonna go over these answers together.
If you got under a 50 though, no longer work for cellular sales.
I'm not going to grade these right now, but I'm going to go through the answers out loud with you guys.
Cold
just so
hauled
we're
or
all on the
boiled
same
out.
page. Okay, so raise hand if you know an answer. Number 1, how fast is 5G home internet up to download speed? Will? 300 megabytes per second. Very good. Okay, number 2, true or false? LTE home, you don't have to change the address in Omni ever. Savannah. That's false. You should always be leery when you're ordering a home internet router. Always make sure you don't give that to the customer so you can pay yourself. Number 3, true or false? A customer can take their home internet with them anywhere. Jaden? False. That is false.
I put true.
Verizon's terms, you don't have to tell us that.
What? I'm okay with saying that.
Alright, just so you guys know, Verizon literally says in their terms and conditions when they're activating that device that Verizon reserves the right, if they ever find out that you are using that router outside of your address, they can just shut you off if they feel like it. So absolutely not.
And there's a geo pen, so they know exactly where it's at.
Yes, the router does not even turn on properly until it's at that home address. That's why we can't really help them activate it in store. It doesn't work like that.
We'll talk about that after we're done.
Sure.
He's such a rebel.
Okay, how much is LTE home without auto pay or premium? 60, that's right. It's at the top of that left side. Okay, 5, what is different about 5G Home Plus versus 5G Home?
Limited price.
We have to raise our hands. Mandy,
Cloud and a 3-year price guarantee.
how much cloud?
600.
I know it's $20 worth.
Oh my god.
I don't know the amount.
Unlimited.
Unlimited cloud, baby. How could you, in fact, how could you ask for more? That's the greatest deal ever. Oh, did you?
Yes.
She said
I thought you
she
said-
said the $20 one.
Yeah, she just said
Sorry,
20
she said
bucks.
first.
Oh, alright. Thank you guys. Okay, how many days can a customer have some sort of refund on a home internet return? Who has it? Jonelle? 30, that's right. How many days in total do they have?
180.
180.
3
I
days
don't want
for
that
activation.
Well, right, 180 for, I honestly, I don't even, really understand the difference because like this can, we won't get into it. Yeah, it's 180 days that they can return it. Okay. How much in-store is a home internet router with Canfield sales tax rate? Yeah, we don't have to raise our hands for that one. It was a trick question. You guys got it. You're sharp. Okay, for number 8, what do you need to use when making a Home Plus sales order that an LTE router doesn't need to use, Kelsey? PA override code, yes. And then lastly, number 9, we can all shout it out. What should you always check before you ship a home internet router when you're finishing up that Omni?
Shipping address.
The shipping address. Very good, guys. All right. So Jake wants to talk now for